Do you believe there is a Santa Claus? William J. Federer wrote the book, There Really Is a Santa Claus. Today we're going to review this book, and you can decide for yourself if there really is a Santa Claus. Today we are reviewing William J. Federer's extensive work, There Really Is a Santa Claus, The History of St. Nicholas and Christmas Holiday Traditions. Published by Amerisearch Incorporated, this text positions itself as a historical and educational resource. However, what if I told you the story of Santa Claus starts over 1700 years ago with Roman persecution and the Council of Nicea? The central purpose of Federer's book is to trace the secular figure of Santa Claus back to his historical and spiritual roots, the 3rd and 4th century Christian bishop, St. Nicholas of Myra. Federer aims to separate legend from fact, chronicling the evolution of holiday traditions over nearly 2 millennia. My evaluation is that this book serves less as a holiday narrative and more as a meticulous historical genealogy. It successfully argues that the modern commercial holiday is built upon a foundation of genuine historical events, theological shifts, and cultural adaptations. The content begins around 280 AD in Patara, Asia Minor, with the birth of Nicholas. Federer details Nicholas's rise of Bishop of Myra and his reputation for generosity, specifically the famous story of him providing secret dowries to save 3 daughters from destitute. The book moves chronologically through history, documenting how the reverence for this saint survived the Roman persecution under Diocletian, the Protestant Reformation's shift away from saint worship, and the Dutch settlement of New Amsterdam, now known as New York. It concludes with the Americanization of the figure through the works of Washington Irving, Clement Moore, Thomas Nast, and finally the Hayden Sundblom illustrations for Coca-Cola. Federer approaches the subject with the rigor of a historian. He pulls from diverse sources, including the writings of Clement of Alexandria from 215 AD regarding the date of the Nativity and St. John Chrysostom's first Christmas sermon in 386 AD. The research is robust, citing specific historical markers like the Council of Nicea in 325 AD, where Nicholas allegedly confronted the heretic Arius. The inclusion of primary source snippets, such as the journals of Christopher Columbus and Lewis and Clark, adds a layer of primary credibility to the narrative. The book is organized largely as a chronological timeline, which aids significantly in clarity. By structuring the text by specific years, such as the 1534 AD introduction of Father Christmas by Henry VIII, or the 1823 AD publication of A Visit from St. Nicholas, Federer allows the reader to see the step-by-step evolution of the Christmas holiday. This logical progression makes it easy to track how Santa Claus evolved linguistically and culturally into Santa Claus. The writing style is informative and educational rather than narrative or story-driven. Federer adopts a tone of reverence for the subject, frequently reminding the reader of the spiritual origins of the traditions, while it covers lighter topics like the origins of the Christmas tree and mistletoe. The tone remains grounded in historical documentation, making it accessible to students of history rather than those looking for a bedtime story. The book's greatest strength is its sheer breadth of historical context. It connects the holiday to major global events such as the Protestant Reformation and the American Civil War. However, it is not a casual read. The book functions almost as an encyclopedia of traditions, filled with dates and names like King Clovis and Charlemagne, which might feel dry to those expecting a festive narrative. Overall, There Really Is a Santa Claus is a highly effective historical text. It successfully validates the title's claim by proving that the character we know today is the result of centuries of cultural layering upon a very real historical person. Federer summarizes the necessity of this historical context best when he writes, "To enter into the Christmas spirit, it is necessary to remember the Christmas story of the birth of Christ. One should also remember that there really was a Santa Claus, the godly St. Nicholas, who was willing to be imprisoned for his sincere Christian faith and who generously helped the poor, anonymously, so that the glory would go to God." I myself highly recommend this book to history enthusiasts, theological students, and anyone curious about the why behind our traditions. If you want to know how we got from a bishop in Turkey to a sleigh-riding figure in a red suit, this is the definitive guide for you. If you would like to know more about this book, look in the description below for more information. William J. Federer really does believe there is a Santa Claus, and so do I.